Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
is your home for the Cardinals. Eudora Sports Live.
Van Dong in motion. The give is to Moody. Moody ducks down and dives in. He's standing over the ball. He's going to take it quickly. Looking across the field, and he's got it! It's Jude Whalen. And now Addie Hephill puts it away for the Cards. They'll take a 2-set lead. Hendrickson in motion, give to Duncan. Duncan, and he trucks the safety. Is he in?
It's time for the Cardinals on your home for Eudora High School Athletics. Eudora Sports Live.
Number 5, 5'9" freshman, Peyton Lewis. Number 10, 5'7" junior, Number 12, 5'5" junior, Izzy Rocco. Number 13, 5'8" sophomore, Ava Dye. And last but not least, number 31, 5'7" sophomore, Jayla Coulter.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome in here to Eudora Sports Live. It's a bit of a snowy day on the outside of the Cardinal Arena, but we are here nice and cozy on the inside. So we've got some doubleheader basketball here between the Bonner Springs Braves and your Eudora Cardinals. It's going to be a strong matchup here. Two teams with the same record here, 7-1 coming into tonight. Two very strong teams, and they will be doing battle here in Eudora, Kansas. We'll have more of a pregame show for you for the boys' game. Sorry about that. But our opening tip-off will be brought to us by Wolf Diagnostic and Automotive. It's going to be myself, Reed McAvoy, and Hayden Harves alongside me for the call here tonight. I want to say thank you so much for choosing to tune in here on this Friday night. It's going to be a good night of basketball. It was a crazy night of basketball last time that we got to do the call. The teams have been in action since then, played some games in Baldwin. The girls won, the boys lost by 3. But the last time that we were on the call, we got to see a buzzer beater win for the boys basketball team. It was a lot of fun. The girls got a comfortable victory in that game over Paola. Here's a pass to Peyton Lewis, and Lewis is going to score the first points of the night.
There it is. Cards have been really, really good at that all season long, just starting off quickly, setting the tone early. They do sit at first place in the Frontier League. So far, the Cards do. They do have sole possession of it.
Lewis
and Ottawa. Go ahead.
Lewis and Dieterding connected on that play. Brunkow, Dye, and Coulter round out the starting 5 for the home team.
And back to Frontier. Ottawa and Bonner Springs both have one loss within district. Cards are 4-0. Bonner going to try to quickly match it. Ava Dye does a really good job defensively, though, to take possession away.
Brunkow finds Dye. And here's Dieterding, and she's going to pull up from 3. That one will not go. Brought down by Chastity Samble. She's one of the seniors in the starting 5, along with Addison Thompson and Amaya Burris. Actually, it's all seniors for them. Emily Morton and Nia Anderson round out the starting 5 for the visitors.
Yeah, this is a tough atmosphere to walk into, even as a team that's won the majority of their games this season. This Cardinals nest is notoriously a tough place to come into and play, especially as strong as this ladies team for the Cards has been. This is never an easy out, even for a really strong team. And the Cards have done a good job so far of setting that tone, and a little bit of an errant pass there. Going to turn possession right back over to the Braves.
Yeah, for the Cards, their loss came in a championship game for a tournament. For the Braves, it was only the second game of the season that they dropped, and they have not lost since then. Just the one basket so far, coming from Peyton Lewis. Nearly there for the Braves, but it'll be brought down by Brunkow. Dye will drive, shoot, and draw a foul. She will be sent to the line here for the first time tonight.
Just about grabbed an and one. Almost able to go get fouled and grab points out of it at the basket, something she's done really well. Really just fighting through contact, Eudora is always spectacular at.
Does not get a fortunate bounce there.
Speaking of fortunate bounces, last week in here hosting Paola that you and I were on that call for, oh my goodness.
The boys game had some ridiculous free throw stats. The Panthers they missed 18 free throws.
I want to say off the top of my
game.
head,
they made 19.
37 shots or something around there.
And they ended up only losing by 2. So if any of those go a little bit differently, we're talking about a different result.
Absolutely. Perhaps not even a close result.
This is Nia Anderson. She finds Thompson.
Shot clock winding down.
A turn and shot there from Anderson will go out. And it will be a Cardinals basketball. Dye in the corner, driving along the baseline, passes it along the baseline to Lewis. She's got all the points tonight, and that will put her up to 5.
And that puts the Braves down into a 5-0 hole, which is a little bit tricky of a start for them. I wouldn't even say a little bit tricky. They are certainly down in a hole here early on.
It's going to lead to them calling a timeout. We will go ahead and take a quick one with them as well. Back out of the Bonner timeout. They've got the inbound here. They are yet to score, and everything for the Cards has come from their freshman Peyton Lewis.
Braves
in the
have
paint here, turning, shooting, and off the glass. No good there
for
Thompson.
So it just felt like they were due. They'd had enough opportunities, none had gone yet. You figured for a team of this caliber, one of those is going to have to fall for him sooner or later.
And it does. Ended up getting the points there.
Nice shot from Coulter there. Let that one fall, kind of one-handed, a little floater. Went beautifully for a long 2.
And was that Lewis again?
It was Jayla Coulter.
Coulter. And that one's going to be taken off of Nia Anderson.
That was largely
Dye on the breakaway, and she can't get it. Coulter rebounds. She puts it back. That's no good as well.
And that defensive effort was beautiful. That was mostly Izzy Brunkow being able to jar the ball loose and Dieterding able to retain it. Your possession turns again.
Dye taking her time as the defense backs up with her. Lewis wants another 3. She will not get it, though. It was a close one, but brought down by Thompson. Braves need to start getting something going on offense here. Their defense is putting up enough of a fight, but if they can't get something going on the scoreboard, it's not going to count for anything.
Yeah, they've put up a good fight defensively, but even if you just go out of the first quarter with mostly the same score, the Cards are just going to be able to put up good control throughout the entirety of the first quarter, which with a team like this, you don't necessarily want them to go through a first quarter feeling like they have complete control. And that's kind of the way it's felt tonight. Braves doing all they can here, though.
There is a good takeaway. This is Amaya Burris. She's got both of her team's points and make it 4.
And there's some of that fight you mentioned. Now they are making the Cards just a little bit uncomfy. Still a decent advantage for the Cardinals, but it is now within 1 possession. Nice move from Dieterding and hit on the way up, it appears.
She'll be sent to the line.
Foul number 24, Addison Thompson. First personal, second team foul. Number 10, Brent Dieterding at the line.
Dye uncharacteristically went 0 for 2 at the line. Dieterding, though, will drain her first.
Subbing in for the Braves, number 11, Reese Gruber. And number 13, Julian Kissel. Subbing in for the Cardinals, number 2, Avery Warren. Number
Also, Owens, Warren, and Brooks have all come in for the Cards in place of Brunkow, Coulter, and Dye.
Cards restore their 5-point lead. They got the first 5 of the game from their number 5, Peyton Lewis. Up 9-4 here. This is Burris, but a whistle will blow before her shot can get off. It was no good anyway.
It was a nice move over the back shoulder to get that ball out of trouble, but the subsequent travel will wipe it away.
Dieterding getting the play call from Coach Parker. Here's Lewis again. She's had a great start to this game, but that one will brick off the front of the rim. Looking for 3 here to try and bring this one a little closer, and that one will ring out.
Braves are certainly not afraid to take shots tonight. That is the kind of tendency where you see them being able to get back into it if things start dropping their way. They've not been afraid to take shots tonight. More so the execution has been a little lacking. They are moving the ball around well, though, on their possessions. Cards defense has just been suffocating so far in all the right times.
Dieterding pulled up for that one. Never really set her feet for it how she might have liked.
Yeah, when you've got that kind of shooting prowess from 3, though, sometimes you just take the shot even if it's a little off platform. Braves miss one, still have a hand to it. And it looks like a jump ball will come in. So under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cards still lead by 5. Not the flashiest quarter from the Cards so far, but as we mentioned earlier, if they feel like they've got good control through a quarter, that's still a really solid start for them.
Oh, a great ball to try and find Lori Brooks. It was a good idea, but tough to get the handle on over her back. Now the Braves on the counter. They need to get a little better at these. If they could be right in this game, but another wasteful possession gives it back to Lewis, team's leading scorer. She lays off to Brooks, finds Dieterding.
Thought about the 3, good pass.
That one was for Brooks. Owens had it initially. Then Warren got the rebound. It's going to be a whistle blown. It'll be a Braves ball.
That's something I was going to mention, Reed. This Braves team missing some opportunities that they could use to bring this game closer, but they have been tenacious undoubtedly tonight. If they start hitting a couple opportunities and capitalizing a little bit better, this is absolutely a game that they could make the Cards sweat a little bit.
Could be one of those hollow leads maybe, where a team isn't playing well, but they're playing better than their opponent. And so if their opponent actually starts to turn it on, they start to really doubt themselves. They don't have any good performance on the day to rely on. But the Cards are doing the work defensively.
We'll hold off on using the term tonight, but it is certainly good to take note of it because you never know.
Dye, and that's going to make it look a lot better. Dye drains a 3.
I believe that's the first activity she's had tonight contributing to the box score.
Yeah.
Had a couple of free throws earlier, did not go. That one wipes it all away, though. Here's a counter 3 attempt for the Braves, and it goes.
Chastity Samble gets her first points. Brings the lead right back to 5 for Eudora. They got it up to 8, but it didn't last long. And that was going to be a double dribble. This is Nia Anderson. With 15 seconds to go, Braves might try and get off the last shot, but Coulter gets a hand to that one, pokes it out of bounds.
And even more so than the potential hollow lead coin, what almost comes to mind more here is this seems to be the kind of game potentially where neither team is able to really hit that switch and start playing well consistently, but they're able to bounce off each other. You see one score, the other team will score right back. It's been one of those days here. The difference is the Cards had the points early.
One up, and she's going to score. Her second 3 of the quarter, her second 3 in the last couple minutes. And that will make that one look pretty darn close. They get within 2. We'll go to a quick break.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Back here for the second quarter, 12-10 is our score. A little bit interesting there right at the end. Chastity Sample drained a couple threes, but specifically the buzzer beater to end the quarter. Make it maybe look a little closer than it felt. But I mean, I'd say, Hayden, we talked about it a bit during the quarter. The Cards weren't doing so much on offense. They were not bad, of course, but the Braves really were struggling on offense and still in the end managed to be only down 2 with a couple great threes from Sample. But it's more just that the Cards weren't capitalizing on all the opportunities the Braves are giving them, because the Braves offense really was failing to capitalize. They were turning it over quite a bit, but I think that that first quarter definitely favors the Cards more than just the 2-point lead. I think that this looks like a game where they can turn it on and win, but we will see here as the second quarter gets underway. Izzy Brunkow will drive, find Coulter. Now Lewis, she had a great first quarter, drives into the paint, lays that one in and scores. First points of the first quarter, first points of the second quarter.
And she just about wipes away the 3 at the end of the first for the Braves. This does still feel to me like a game that the Cards are leading by a couple of possessions, but as you said, got to be weary of the fact that if the Braves turn it on, Cards don't necessarily have a phenomenal day going so far to lean on, but we know they can flip that switch at any time as well. They do certainly look the stronger team here.
Mid-range jumper there for Thompson, no good. The crowd here was chanting out, "You can't stop her," when Lewis laid in her last shot.
Coulter gets sat down there on the charge.
Yeah, it looked like she might have taken a hit to the head. She fell to the floor, no call comes. Lewis is the leading scorer of this game with 7 points. That might change here though as the Braves get a 3. It's actually, no, it's gonna be the first points for Reese Groover, but she has brought her team back within 1. Dieterding immediately though will push the lead back to 3.
You said Groover, that brought a name to mind. We remember a certain other Bonner Springs Brave on the basketball court.
We'll see him later tonight alongside his coach, Drew Groover, and Keelan Groover, a dangerous, dangerous player within the Frontier League.
Goodness, I want to say he dropped 30 on the Cards multiple times last season. Absolutely unreal player. Cards doing a good job to counter here, but the Braves does say a lot about the identity to me, that they have not been afraid to continue to take shots here.
Oh, Coulter maybe didn't expect to find herself as free as she was, got fouled. So it'll be Cardinals inbound. Braves make a substitution. Send in Lillian Kimlin, one of their other seniors. They've got 6 total on the roster. 5 were in the starting 5. Kimlin was the one off the bench.
Dieterding did a good job to keep possession with the Cards on that one.
Brunkow overdoes that 3. So the lead will stay at 3, and maybe the Braves might have something to say about that. This is Sample
communicating light defense over here.
And that's a great play there by Dye to get her hands to the ball, force a jump ball situation, which does favor Bonner Springs.
Still saved what looked like they could have been points in a one-on-one. Nice heads-up play from Dye there.
Sample, she's already made a couple of these. Almost got that one on the sky shot, but it was no good, and the ball will go out, and it'll be Bonner Springs basketball. A hot start here on the cold night, but honestly, maybe a bit of a cold start as well for both offenses. Those threes are really supplementing what has otherwise been not a fantastic offensive performance for either team.
Yeah, I wouldn't say either one has lit anyone on fire so far, but just those threes have made the scoreboard look a bit closer. Coulter, a good job to hold on initially.
And it's going to be a charging call there underneath the net.
I think she just lost control of the ball more than anything, was trying to catch up to it. But nonetheless, call doesn't go her way. Braves are going to get an opportunity down by just a possession here.
It's the first foul the Cardinals have been hit with today, goes against Coulter. The Cardinals have had a lot of fast break opportunities this season. That will continue to happen for this Lady Cards team. And honestly, I think they've got to get a little bit better at capitalizing on them. It's a tough thing to do. It's not as easy as it might seem.
But for a really good team, you work on those things.
Yeah.
The things that are tough to get better at. That's oftentimes the best stuff to improve on for a team like this.
That is one area, as a foul is going to be called here, and it will send the Braves to the line. I think that is one area that if the Cards got 5–10% better, even more, that they could become nearly unstoppable because they create a lot. Their defense is great and suffocating, and they create a lot of those opportunities on the breakaway.
Yeah, and you got to think when you're playing against, particularly those private schools and those teams that punish you so frequently for that, if you're able to get, as you said, just 10% better at it, you'd be significantly more formidable against a lot of those schools, which have really been the only ones to give the Cards significant headache over the last couple of years.
And Dieterding overcooks that pass, so the Cards turn it over with the lead having shrunk into 2 after Emily Morton made 1 of her 2 free throws.
And sometimes they have a tendency to give themselves headaches.
Reese Gruber will come back in. The sophomore replaces the senior Naya Anderson. This is Amaya Burris. She scored the first 4 points for the Braves tonight. Gets some space against Brunkow, drives to the basket, comes off the glass a little too hard, and now coming away with it, Dieterding. She finds Coulter, who goes up and scores. There's a good breakaway play.
And that was largely the catalyst there, largely was Dieterding going up and knocking the ball out of the way as it was starting to come back down off the rim. Did a really good job to divert the direction, kind of take it from a 50-50 ball to a very likely Cards ball. And then the quick breakaway, that was really well executed.
Feels like both teams might be growing into this game a little bit, maybe an uncomfortable start. See here, though, another offensive error, and then the Cards will draw the foul. Their defense is always going to be great. And if the Braves aren't going to be up to snuff with that, then they're just going to continue to create opportunities, and it'll be a matter of if they can take them.
Absolutely. And if the Cards are starting to settle into that just a little bit, it becomes that much more important to get better at not letting those opportunities even present themselves, because they would be so dangerous against this Cards team if you keep giving them those shots.
Morton trying her best to keep that one in, but it is going to be a Cardinals ball. She fell on the ground into the bleachers. Looks like she's all right, though. Jayla Coulter, she's got 4 points thus far. Tries to get a pick from Dye, hands it off to Dieterding, who also has 4 points. Lewis leads the game with 7. In the corner, Brunkow wants to get her first points, and they will come on a 3. Bit of a fortunate bounce for her, and the lead is 7.
Oh, and she quickly transitioned to defense and almost got a turnover right away. Truly one of the largest contributors on this whole team throughout her high school career.
They try and separate her from Naya Anderson to get some space. This is Gruber. And now the 3 will come from Burris, and she will make it rain.
Wow. The beauty in those shots from Burris is they go off so high that even if there's a Cards player right in her face with arms in the air, it doesn't tend to matter that much.
Dieterding's going to go to the line on that foul. But I think if you looked at the scientific side of it, that it's literally more likely to bounce in when it's got that downward trajectory versus something that's coming more straight, that's more likely to bounce back away, where something going down has more of a chance, if it wiggles around, that it'll still go in.
I love it when we can get nerdy about the sports we call. It's my favorite.
That's why I've heard that technically, and it makes sense based on that thought, that a granny shot free throw would actually be statistically the best way to go. But if you hit your, if you find yourself comfortable shooting it how Dieterding does, then that's what you should do. She's 4 for 4 tonight. But
not the only way to do it, but maybe the most probable.
If you want to play the science of it, yes.
Well, we
should go for that downward trajectory, which those Bonner Springs players do have on their 3s.
Well, and we've seen pretty much every team every sport go with a more scientific approach to how they play these days. All the statistics and probabilities and analytics.
Cards scored first have not let up their lead. It's been shrunk down all the way to 1. It's grown as large as 8.
Shifty pass attempt from Coulter. Would have needed to thread that into the eye of a needle, which he almost did. Oh, Warren not able to get a hand to it. So it'll be Braves ball, 2:42 to go here.
Just able to be grabbed by Anderson, and there will be a foul there called against Dieterding. Carly Owens will check in onto the floor in place of Dieterding. Into the box there for Morton. She could not get that one to go, though, only barely. Here is Lewis working, and she thought she was maybe fouled, tried to toss it back to a teammate, but the foul will not come. So Anderson on the breakaway will be stopped by Ava Dye.
Wow. How great is Ava Dye at the basket defensively? I mean, she's really broken out at that this year in particular. She's been really good at it. And does it cleanly, too.
Again, they will just continue this defense to create opportunities for the offense to grab points. And they've already got that 6-point lead. Can they build on it? Dye's going to try to. That one will bounce out, but then Coulter rebounds. And it's going to be a foul on the floor here. Third team foul against the Braves. Or no, actually, they will send Coulter to the line, so they call it a shooting foul. Coulter's already got 4 points, make it 5. And the Cards will recreate their largest lead, back up on top by 8.
When it's starting to apply pressure at this point, of course, nowhere near the end of this game. But early on, you can brush off deficits like that and go, oh, we're rusty, we'll get into it. But at this point, as you're drawing right up to halftime, a team extending a lead like this does a lot more mental damage to an opponent than it does in the opening minutes.
Morton fell to the floor away from the ball. Anderson maybe took a shove there from Warren, but no call will come. Warren puts this one into space for Dye, who finds Lewis, who is stopped at the basket, but she'll go to the line. A 4th foul against the Braves.
And even with 1:25 left, if they were to go into the bonus here, you're still leaving time on the table for the Cards to take advantage of that.
Lewis breaks the tie that she was in with Amaya Burris to be the leading scorer of this game. And the Cards will extend what is their largest lead, and then the Braves will take a timeout. We'll go ahead and do the same.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Charlie was
All right, so picking back up here out of the timeout, Lewis will be at the line where she's already made 1. Extended the Cardinals' lead to 9, put her night up to 8. She has been their main scorer tonight. The freshman, it feels like it's always a freshman for the Cards. It's going to be someone new next year and the year after that. Just the youngest players for the Cards. Well, actually, Dieterding is here at the line. And that one will miss. I guess they subbed her in for Lewis.
Say out of the timeout, you can choose perhaps. Yeah, this school in general, you talk about freshmen. Across all sports, they put out good athletes. Basketball in particular, even ladies basketball you can focus in on. The Cards put up all kinds of really talented young prospects that just remain good throughout their entire career.
And a mishandle there by Burris. Dieterding snaps it away, and she will not score on the layup attempt, and the Braves are going to get away with it.
Wow. That's one you really couldn't let up if you're the Braves. Really good job defensively there. And they're going to give it right back.
Give it back again. This is Dye, a familiar feeling. Her on the breakaway. Tries to go high off the glass. A great rebound by Owens. Sets up Avery Warren. The senior can't get that one to go.
And the Braves escape punishment again with a mishandle.
And again, the Braves give it back to the Cards. This time, Dieterding going to try and slow things down as the shot clock is turned off and the Cards take a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep you here with the Cards up by 9.
I was going to say, third time's the charm, right? Surely Coach Parker wasn't down to try it.
Braves just keep giving the ball back to the Cards. It hasn't even been on shots or rebounds a lot of the time. They can't even get to that stage offensively.
Right. Yeah.
And so even though it has been somewhat lackluster for the Cards, they're honestly right on track. They like to get 50 points a game.
I say they actually have turned that lackluster start into a pretty on-par day.
Been better. They put up 14 in the second quarter compared to 12 in the first. But even still, the Braves they can't keep giving away those opportunities, because they are actually right there in this game at times. Twice they've cut the lead down to 1 point, but they have not been able to actually grab the lead at any point. And if they don't start scoring soon, they're going to lose their chance.
Yep, absolutely. Because we know this Cards team is more than capable of kind of putting their foot on your neck in the second half and really in the fourth quarter, taking their foot off the gas if they're able to have an explosive third quarter. So it is really, although we're halfway through, it's really urgent for the Braves to spend the next couple minutes getting back on track as far as scoring points goes, just so they look like a threat to the Cards.
Well, that'll be a halftime adjustment for them, which we are approaching here with just a few seconds to go. There will be a foul with 3.4 on the clock.
Dieterding got, I think, taken off her feet over in the corner.
Only 3 seconds for the Cards to try and get a shot off. Dieterding with a long three, off balance, no good. So it's going to be a 9-point lead as we go to the halftime break. We'll have a halftime show here for you on Eudora Sports Live. Keep it here for more basketball.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganashi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch Varsity Sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Hey, I'm Mike Grope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
All right, halftime show brought to us by Attic Storage of Eudora, where they offer climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-in ready spaces. They are a veteran-owned, community-focused business that features monitored 24/7 access with friendly on-site managers. You can rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at atticStorage.com. So 26-17 is our score. The Cards put up 12 in the first quarter, 14 in the second. The Braves put up 10 in the first quarter, 7 in the second. And I think that first quarter really got inflated right at the end. We saw We saw 3 points for the Cards, 6 for the Braves come on the 3-point ball. That made that one look like it was, I was going to say a higher scoring quarter than it was. That is ended up, those points count all the same as being part of the first quarter. But for the whole of play, it was not a very exciting quarter offensively. Second quarter, there was more going well for the Cards. There were a few more free throws as well, and a lot less going for the Braves from the 3-point line. I think just one for them in that second quarter, and it seems like that's going to be maybe what they have to rely on. They clearly don't want to, and I don't think it's something that they maybe feel they can rely on, but the first quarter showed that it actually was something somewhat viable for them. See how that goes, but they've just got to develop better offensively, and maybe that means just pulling up for a shot the second opportunity presents itself. I don't know, Hayden, what you think they could do about that, but offensively they have just been very disjointed, and it's a credit to the Cardinals defense. It is not as simple as Braves playing bad offense. Cardinals playing great defense, but the Braves are not helping themselves either.
Yeah, no, I think that first quarter felt much more like a 9-6 kind of quarter as opposed to a 10-12 one. You could even go lower on the numbers. And you're right, it doesn't sound kind to either team to say it got inflated in the end, but really in the last 60 seconds, that quarter added 10 or so points combined just about that made it look a bit more active than it was. And I think that goes back when you and I mentioned that the Cards felt like they'd had kind of a lackluster day offensively, but they're still right on pace for a usual good day for them. I think it feels that way because that's what we were seeing on the court. By the numbers, this has been a very on-par day for them offensively. They've done about what they do every single game. But I think for the Braves, the main key for them is going to be not even doing better with the shooting opportunities, but doing better at setting them up when you have possession so you can actually take the shots. Because so many of these turns of possession and these losses have been mishandlings of the ball as they're moving down towards their side of the court before they're even able to really set up formation to take these shots. So I think that's going to be the main priority for them, is just doing a better job at giving yourself opportunities, because you really can't make a lot of them if you're losing them before you even really have an opportunity built. So that's going to be a big priority for them. For the Cards, I think it's the same thing you mentioned. Continue to be suffocating on defense. Continue to score when you can. Score when the opportunity, don't miss when you're given the good opportunity. But they've done a pretty good job so far, and historically we've watched this season and the one prior. When they play these kind of games, they win, and usually that's a big third quarter. It's how this kind of game turns into one where you look up in the fourth and they're up by 20 points or more sometimes. So I think that's going to be big, is how explosive of a third quarter can they have, and how well of a job can the Braves do to continue to run with them.
Yeah, part of that's just going to be holding on to the ball better. I mean, the Braves were turning it over, just trying to set their feet at times and moving it to try and find better spaces. But, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They need to just create the chances better, that's not a spot you want to find yourself in, but it is something that is doable. They just need to actually pull that one off. So we are underway here in our third quarter with the Cardinals on top by 9 here at home. Brunkow finds Dye, finds Dieterding. Dieterding will pull up for a 3. That one will not go.
May have been off on the Braves.
She had 5 points in the first half of this one. Lewis, the team leading scorer, with 8. Brunkow and Dye with 3. And Coulter with 6 is all the scoring for the Cardinals. This is Nia Anderson, one of the 5 seniors to start for the Braves. She has not scored yet. Emily Morton has 1. Groover has 3 off the bench. Burris has 7, and Sample has 6, which came on 2 3-point balls. Looks like it's going to be maybe an equipment timeout here, or
it's going to be injury related, it looks like, for the Braves.
Injury timeout. Coming in for the Braves, number 11, Reese Groover.
It was Amaya Burris.
That's a significant loss for them right now.
Yeah, team's leading scorer going to have to step off. Looks like maybe it was a knee. Reese Groover will come in for her. Here's Anderson, still looking for her first points. Trying to find a way around Dieterding. She passes off for Morton. Tries to put that one in for Thompson in the paint. And it will last go out off of the Braves. not a bad first possession there. You could have been a little bit better for them, but at least they're trying to get it into the paint.
For sure.
It is bad that they lost Burris. Hopefully that's not a long-term thing. We'll try and keep an eye on that. Lewis.
Nifty pass
will
there.
Grab the ball.
Braves.
Into the paint, back out.
Braves are doing everything they can to keep the Cards from going deep into the paint, and they'll just go from out instead.
Dye pushes the lead to double digits. She's got 5 points tonight.
I mean, truly, the Braves had built a wall from the top of the key all the way to the baseline, doing all that they could to keep the Cards from being able to get right under the basket. Ava Dye noticed it quickly after a couple shots to penetrate that wall and said, I'll just shoot it from back here.
Gruber for Samble. Samble almost lost it. Brunkow
almost took that one sideways.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson's going to have to go for it herself. Another sky shot three, and then players collide. Lewis goes down hard.
They came down, all 4 feet came down in a similar spot, so as Lewis gets back up to her feet, that's always a good sight to see.
It was Lewis and Morton. Morton gets hit with the foul, which is her first. And they collided pretty hard, but Lewis will carry on. Gruber, who came in for the injured Burris, will now step out for the senior Lillian Kimlin.
Lewis is still moving around well over here, which is good to see. Looks like that fall will be a non-issue for the Cards.
Coulter with the unique pass to find Dye, and then a powerful pass across to Brunkow, and that'll be a jump ball, which will favor the Braves. Braves yet to score here in the third quarter. Cards only with the 1 basket. We've seen the Braves try a little bit better with moving the ball around, but the Cards defense is still so suffocating. A couple players go down in the boxes. Anderson shoots and scores her first points. Meanwhile, Lewis and Morton again were both on the ground. Anderson has put the Braves up to 20 points tonight, has the first points for her team in the third quarter.
Cuts the gap to single digits.
Try to respond immediately. That one will not go for her.
The way this night's been going, I really expected that one to go in, actually. Cards have kind of just matched whatever the Braves have done through the second quarter and so far in the third. Because the benefit of having a lead is that's all you have to do to win.
Oh, and Lewis grabs that one as it was on its way out of bounds for what would have been a Braves ball. So the Cards get an extra possession. What can they do with it? Bryn Dieterding, Izzy Brunkow. Now Peyton Lewis.
Again, that wall built by the Braves trying to do all they can to keep the Cards from going and getting those easy layups, forcing them to try tougher shots, and Lewis fights through it and just about gets a basket.
She will go to the line where she's 1 of 1.
Also just noticed, worth noting, Amaya Burris has headed into the locker room with part of the medical staff, so she is no longer just sitting on the bench waiting to come in. All the well wishes her way as the night goes on.
Yeah, still her team's leading scorer with her 7 points. It'll be a big loss at a time where they need some offensive production. Samble has drained a couple threes. She sets her feet, passes a great catch by Thompson, behind her head nearly, and then falling away, tries to shoot that one towards the basket, falls down out of play. That one won't go. Dye on the breakaway is going to draw a foul. She'll go to the line. Already a third foul against the Braves. Dye will go to the line where she's 0 for 2. Those breakaways have been a constant, and it's almost always Ava Dye leading the charge for the Cardinals. She will remain scoreless from the line. She's got 5 points, though, tonight. Lori Brooks waits to check in for Eudora. And she does get that one to go, putting the Cards lead back up to double digits. before stepping out for Brooks.
A few more minutes left. Keep in mind, this is usually the quarter where the Cards do a really good job of kind of inflating that gap on the scoreboard enough that they hit the fourth quarter, and you oftentimes just see them really play more defensive than offensive, just kind of coasting the last quarter oftentimes. So Braves doing all they can to try to prevent that, but man, the Cards have really started to hit that flow state offensively in this quarter more than they have today at any point.
Samble with a powerful pass to Anderson. She drained a three earlier in the quarter. That one doesn't go. Dieterding brings it down. And now she will lead the fast break. Finds Lewis. Back to Dieterding, in for Brooks. Dieterding shoots, and no good from her. She's been a little bit off tonight when it comes to shooting.
Has been. This Braves defense is no slouch. They've made the Cards work for it really hard, especially in the paint tonight.
Samble will try and find one off the glass. Morton rebounds. Again, Morton comes down with it and still can't get that one to go, and Brooks boxes her out. Morton really wants the foul. She'll get a tech for asking for it. And I think she just got a second tech and might be tossed from this game.
Oh, she's fighting it, and the ref just, wow.
Did she touch him, or is he?
I don't want to speculate or say a whole lot, but that looked a little more performative maybe than what actually transpired.
He just, I mean, he might have hurt himself the way that he fell to the
Truly,
floor.
yeah.
He is staying down, so the trainers are going to go and look at him. The AD will direct the teams to their benches for this break here. We might take one in a sec. I want to keep you here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to sort of get some understanding for what's going on here.
Because we thought we knew what was going on with the situation. Now it looks.
Yeah. All right, we'll go ahead
maybe changing
and take a break here, as there's going to be an official's timeout. The Cards will have some free throws with some techs when we're back, but we'll see what the situation looks like when we bring you back.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question,
all right, so the ref is back on his feet. We went back and looked at the footage. Morton did make some contact with the ref. That's all that we can say about that. He then fell to the floor. He's back on his feet, seemingly ready to continue. Morton did get double teched, so she's ejected from this game. And there will be a lot of free throws for the Cardinals. We will see how that all plays out. This could be a real difference maker in this game, just because the Cardinals, they've been scoring but not at a consistent rate. And
if you nail these, you can make a huge
create
dent.
a real difference here, and it will send them into the bonus as well for the rest of the quarter. A very weird circumstance, no doubt, but the Cardinals will benefit from the oddity of that situation, as Dieterding will go to the line where she's 4 of 5 tonight.
And she'll go 5 for 6. Not even going to say it. So she's 3 for 3 so far. Next shot goes, and Dieterding goes perfect.
So that puts her up to 9 points, takes the team lead.
And you and I talked about the Cards' tendency to really inflate their leads in the third quarter, and that's where they really start to take over games. And You know, no matter how it comes, you take advantage of it, and those techs are going to play a big part in it today. If that is the case for the Cards, it will come largely off the shoulders of 4 straight free throws off those technicals.
Well, and they get the ball, of course, as well.
Yep. Looks like Brooks was fouled on the way up.
Might be something the Cardinals take a little bit sheepishly, but in the end, whatever benefits them, they're going to go ahead and take it. This one will be given away, though, to the Braves, who now find themselves down by 14. That's the largest deficit they have faced. And it will be a long way back at this point for them. And for the Braves, meanwhile, of course, Burris got injured earlier. We'll have to see if she can return, but with Morton gone,
right,
that's 2 seniors that were in their starting 5 that are now currently unavailable to them.
That had a significant impact on the night.
Yeah, one of them's not coming back. We will not see any more Emily Morton. We might see more Burris, depending on whatever the diagnosis ends up being for her.
I'd say it looked unlikely, but still possible. Won't necessarily rule it out. Does look like she's back on the bench. Oh, and right as I say it, up to her feet. Doesn't look like she's coming in.
I bet Morton went back there to the changing room, and Burris was like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "I don't know. I don't know."
I don't really know. I'm here. That's all I know. I'm definitely here.
Yeah, that was up to 11 points. She's the first player in this game with double-digit scoring.
It's a sequence you don't see all that often, that's for sure.
From the free throw line, Anderson will draw a foul, and she will go to the free throw line for a couple.
So that one goes against Warren. That's her first personal, and the first foul for the Cards here in the third quarter.
Anderson goes 0 for 2 as a team. The Braves are 1 for 4 at the line, but Samble gets the putback. She's up to 8 points. Under the basket, a foul will come, and Warren will go to the line. With the Cards had 3 fouls committed against them when the double tech came, so they are immediately sent into the bonus. It seemed this was a shooting foul anyway against Warren. She drains the first one. And there is the return of Amaya Burris. That is a welcome sight for the Braves. They needed someone that can score like her, and also just some extra bodies with the ejection of Morton. 1 for 2 will go Warren. But yeah, Maya Burris back into this game. No longer her team's leading scorer. Chastity Sample, who has the ball, has 8, maybe more. That one will bounce off, no good. Some pushing and shoving there between Warren and Kimlin. And it will be a Braves ball. Cards have put up 11 points in the quarter to the Braves 5. Here's Anderson. Wanted to shoot. Brunkow took the opportunity away, and there will be a foul that favors the Braves. Lori Brooks hit with the foul. Here is Anderson again. She got her first points in this third quarter, draining a 3. Since then went to the line, went 0 for 2. But she has touched the ball a lot tonight, moving the ball around for her team. Samble, her team's leading scorer, drained a couple threes, added 2 points here at the end of this third quarter. She drained both of her threes right at the conclusion of the first. Dieterding hit with a foul quickly. The Cardinals have 3 fouls against them. Dieterding also has 3 to her name.
Dieterding will come out, speaking of, swap out with Coulter.
Braves cannot get open here for this inbound. Samble will end up receiving it. Tries to find this one in for Thompson, and she goes down and it will be a Cardinals ball. The Braves have tried to do that a lot, try to break into the paint by giving it to Thompson at a pretty awkward angle to receive the ball. I don't mind it as an every once in a while thing, but when it seems to be the strategy they're relying on,
right.
I just don't know if that's going to be something they can do, because it's nothing against Thompson. You're asking her to catch it over her shoulder, above her head.
It's a tough catch.
It's not going to be easy. And there's also a foul here on Nia Anderson, her third, and because the Cards are in the bonus, straight to the line goes Jayla Coulter, where she's 2 of 2.
Yeah, it's like we refer to, we say high percentage versus low percentage probabilities. Can you do it? Yes. Is it, you know, very high probability you make it consistently? You'd rather not rely on it.
And I mean, if it were something they were pulling off, maybe we'd feel differently about it, but
right.
It has been something that has ended in with a lot of turning over of the ball. It's just tough to receive that pass for Addison Thompson. You'd like her to either turn around the other way to try and receive that pass, or just try a different play or try a different way to get it into the paint. Here's Meredith Billings, 43 into the game. I miscounted earlier. I said they only had 1 senior on the bench. Meredith Billings is also a senior, so they've had 2 come in off the bench. To the line here goes their leading scorer, Samble, for the 4th team foul against Eudora. They are 1 for 5 collectively from the line in this game. Samble will get that one to go. It's been an odd third quarter indeed that has seen the Cards gain a large lead. Something that it feels like at this point they're very unlikely to relinquish.
At least they haven't for a lot. They have very rarely relinquished a lead like this.
Yeah, just the way this game's going.
Yep.
Feels like it's going to most likely be their night come the end of the day. And for a second there, it didn't necessarily look that way. Coulter misses the second of her free throws. She's 4 for 6 now, but then another foul will quickly come. And the Cards will stay at the line as Samples hit with her 3rd personal. And Lori Brooks will get a chance to get her first points tonight. Addison Thompson returns for Meredith Billings, 1 senior for another, 1 5'11" senior for another. And Brooks does get her first point tonight and gives the Cardinals their largest lead, which just keeps growing larger.
Yeah, you mentioned that usual mark they like to hit being that 50-point mark. They have scored enough points through quarters that already touching 40 in the 3rd makes it look like they are very likely to get there again. And the Braves continuing to have these offensive struggles. This is usually the point where you see the Cards kind of just start to sit back and dial down the mistakes and bring this one home, despite the fact that we still have a quarter left.
I don't hate the attempted 3, though. At least they're getting off a shot, because that's been something that we said was a big struggle for them. And right before the end of this 3rd quarter, Coach Parker going to choose to take a timeout. We can go ahead and keep you here, and I will give a quick shout out to our presenting sponsor, which is Kansas Insurance, where they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. They've been proudly bringing Eudora Sports Live to Cardinals fans everywhere since it began. It's 40-23 here in this game, and I said it already. This has been an odd 3rd quarter, one that I think the advantage from the free throw line from the Techs, the Cards might take a little sheepishly. Coach Parker might think, man, I would be really mad if you called that one against me.
Right.
But I guess we'll go ahead and take it.
We're not going to say no to 4 points.
And I mean, actually, the first Tech wasn't completely unfounded. She would have liked the foul call, and it wouldn't have been unreasonable. Like, no one would have complained if it had been called.
Sure.
But you're not supposed to turn yell at the ref. And then she just tried to explain herself ahead with the second. It was really the theatrics after that were pretty off-putting, I would say, for understanding what in the world is going on here.
Yeah, it's not like we don't understand the text.
Yeah.
Like, we understand why those came, for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, we digress. The Cardinals are playing very well here and likely would be winning this game without that situation. That'll just make it a more comfortable victory for them, because there's going to be a loose ball foul here that will benefit the Cards. I think that's going to send them right back to the line with .3 to go. Maybe that was part of Parker's thinking. Maintain while they've got the bonus.
You don't mind it, especially because you're thinking, fourth quarter, you're not going to be likely super desperate to use those timeouts and those clock stoppages with the lead you have. So why not try to take advantage of it in the third quarter while you're in the bonus? And it's worked out well for him here. And it works out better. Coulter goes 2 for 2. That pushes the lead to 19 points for the Cards as we close out Q3. One more quarter to go, and a big lead for your Cardinals right here.
Yeah, things going very well for them. We'll take a quick break and be back with the fourth.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, well, it is time for the fourth quarter here. A game where after one, there were only 2 points to separate us. At half, it was 9 points. But that lead has just grown for the Cards. The deficit has grown for the Braves. Feels like it would be a lot to overcome at this point. But it's been a solid performance from them, solid enough. Hopefully they've learned something from playing against such a great defense. It's interesting thinking about this team as Lewis will drain a 3. She's up to 12 points.
She's been on fire. Maybe catching some of that spark from early on.
Scored the first points in the first quarter, second quarter, and fourth quarter.
There you go.
For her. I mean, this is a great team on the year. They're 7-1, so imagine they will go on to find more success this season. But there is a visible gap between them and the Cards, and that's just going to be the case for a lot of teams that come up against this Eudora school, especially in Eudora. Things are just going to more likely go their way, and that is how it has gone tonight.
For sure.
Coulter is hit with her second foul, and this is Burris at the line.
Also, just within the Frontier League, Cards usually handle Frontier League teams really, really well. And I wouldn't even say tonight has looked like the Braves are necessarily incapable of running with this Cards team. It's more so just tonight wasn't their night, missed a lot of opportunities, and had some chances to maybe pull this game a little bit closer that were missed.
Dye will maintain possession for her team by passing it out off of an opponent. Credit to the Cards. They still play so hard all the way through the end of games. Dye, though, will miss that short-range shot. Brunkow will tip it, and now Dye will try for 3. But that one comes up well short, and they still maintain possession. Coach Parker asks his team to slow things down a little bit. This will be the Braves' first loss of the new year.
And this will be their second loss within the Frontier League, which will in all likelihood drop them down to third place. They sat just about tied with the Cyclones for second, so they'll still be on the podium within the Frontier League around the midway point of the basketball season. Cards looking to remain undefeated. This will be their 5th win of the year in their 5th Frontier League matchup.
Thompson left wide open, thought about the 3, but thought better of it in the end. This is Samble. She's been a catalyst for her team. And that one will go in for her. She's up to double digits with 11. Third quarter was won by the Cardinals by 10 points, 16-6. It's always going to create a large gap, especially when they came in with a nice lead.
And they've done that well all year. The third quarter right at a halftime has really been where they've taken good to better.
Couldn't get the grip on that one. It'll be a jump ball. You can finish that thought, Hayden.
Yeah, you're all good. It's just unique to me. Maybe not unique, but interesting that truly week to week, if they're in a game that's fairly competitive going into the locker room, they consistently come out of the locker room really, really strong. As Braves trying to grab some more points on offense here.
Anderson in for Thompson. This time she is facing
the
ball on to be able to receive that one and grab her first points. They really wanted to get the ball to her in the paint. The Cards have made it very, very difficult.
We can understand why.
Yeah, but once they get it to her, she's able to turn and score, use that 5'11" frame to her advantage. Brunkow jumps and brings this one down. Out for Lewis, who passes on the opportunity to get the three. Dye will drive along the baseline behind the head and almost get it to fall.
So nearly.
And now wide open is Burris. What can she do here? She will poke that one in. And then a timeout will be called. Burris up to double digits. She's got 10. And with a 15-point deficit, we'll go ahead, throw you to a quick break.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganachi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of...
All right, back here in the fourth out of the Braves timeout. They've put up 7 as Lewis misses that 3. They've put up 7 here in the quarter to the Cards 3. And that is not for any lack of effort on the Cardinals side. They're playing their starters who are playing hard. The Braves are winning this quarter. They find it to Thompson in the paint again, which has been an objective of theirs all day, but she couldn't get past Lewis. This one will be floated up for Coulter. She's got Dye wide open in the corner, picks her out, but then she finds Dieterding. And now here's Lewis. She passes up on the 3 as well. Cardinals wanting to take their time more here as Coulter will draw a shooting foul and go to the line where she's 6 of 7. The Cards that are maybe passing up on a few good opportunities to shoot just because they've got that nice lead. They're going to try and choose some more clock. I'm sure that's been requested by Coach Parker at this point.
Yeah, get to the point where running that clock as low as you can, getting low down on the shooting clock each time means a lot more than an extra 2 or 3 points would. Because at this point, time really is money for the Cards. In the same way, time is money for the Braves, just in the opposite context. They need to preserve as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, they've brought it, within 16 at this point. I really think we can say it's not going to happen, but we saw
it's possible.
We saw the
Very
boys
much so.
come back from 10 down against it in a game where we thought there was simply no way they could pull that off as Dye.
With much less time than this.
Yeah, and they've got 4 timeouts left. They've got capable players. So the Cardinals there's work to be done to see this out. It is
for sure.
They cannot be caught going through the motions, and they are absolutely not. They are still playing. They're playing as if they're trailing by 5 with a minute to go. Everyone fighting for every loose ball very hard.
They
As
play.
Now the Braves call a timeout. We'll keep it here.
They play like a team that has watched their male counterparts win improbable games numerous times. They've seen teams blow these leads. They know how to hold on to them, and you see that truly. Like every single week, it seems you and I watch this Cards team with a healthy lead in the fourth quarter, and it doesn't seem like they truly check out and let the result come to them until very late in the fourth quarter. We're talking the last 90 or so seconds.
And then he turns to the bench, and those guys get out there and fight just as hard because they want to earn more playing time.
Yeah. I mean, you never see this Lady Cards team let a result come to them. Like, they fight for it all the way to the end, no matter who's on the court every time, which matters. That's very valuable as you get later into the season.
That's a winning formula.
Yes, there are going to be games where you need to fight and claw to the very end of it. And if you're a team that is used to taking your foot off the gas halfway through the fourth, that won't always be easy to do.
A nice play there on the inbound to get it to Burris. She was out with an injury for a while, had 7 points when she left. She's scored 5 since she returned to the court and leads her team with those 12 points, tied for the game's lead with Peyton Lewis, who turns this one over. Nia Anderson breaks with Dieterding in her face. She will try and shoot without really getting a side of the basket. Burris with the putback. She leads this game for scoring, despite the hiatus that she had.
Good to see her back on the court as well.
I imagine she has been a large factor in the Braves having such a successful season. So they'll be very happy to know that she is okay enough to continue playing.
And you can see the Braves really getting aggressive now. They smell blood in the water here. Down 12, they understand that if they're able to take advantage of it, it's possible here.
They're winning this quarter 11-4. That's going to cause Coach Parker to call one of his 4 remaining timeouts. We'll keep it here and discuss this for a bit. I mean, Hayden, 3 minutes left, 3 timeouts left. At this point, down by 12, we were already writing their obituary talking about they're going to lose, and here's,
what the records will look like.
And right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we can be, criticized for that just yet.
We should probably be self-aware enough, though, to acknowledge this game's not over.
There's something brewing here. There's 3 minutes left. It's not impossible.
No, it's not.
I feel like we were saying something similar last time that we got to call a game together. We were saying within the confines of basketball, it's possible. Within the confines of the way this game's been going, I don't think it is. And I think we can say that same thing here, though this fourth quarter is going differently than this entire game. The Cardinals won the quarter 1 by 2. Quarter 2, they won by 9. Quarter 3, they won by 7 and by 10. And they will get some points from Lewis, who puts herself up to 14.
And I expect to see all kinds of hustle here from the Braves. They know every point's going to count and every second matters here. You just wonder how much of that is going to be taking shots from 3 and how much is going to be fighting in the paint.
And a foul will be called there against Lewis. Team's second.
Foul number 5, Peyton Lewis. First personal, second team foul.
There could be a little something here for the Braves.
Definitely could be.
And they're definitely working to get some good some takeaways in terms of learning from this game against a really strong opponent, which will, I'm sure, only make them stronger as the year goes on.
Absolutely.
But maybe there's more in it for them. Anderson, though, that one will bounce in and out on her. And so now the Cards will take their time. And the Braves are going to let them. Not fouling at this point. They could if they wanted to try and save some time. Dieterding nearly drains that one, but it bounces out. Dye rebounds. She finds Lewis. Can she get it to go? That one off the back of the rim. Brunkow brings it down. And now the Cards slow it down again with the shot clock reset.
It's easy to, in that sequence, want to get the ball back and immediately pull up from 3 again.
We're going to talk about the science of things. The probability for the Cards goes up with every second off the clock. If they've got this large lead that at some points was continuing to shrink, maybe getting a little worrisome, but
now the fouls will start coming.
It looks like they're actually hitting Lewis with a travel there, so the possession ends for the Cards, but they did eat more than a minute of the time remaining in this game. Now the senior Avery Warren will come in here. She is always very aggressive defensively and not bad on offense either. Here is Burris. Burris and Sam will connect there. They've been the two leading scorers. That one maybe goes off the foot of Dieterding, and she is all by herself. She will lay that one in and score. That puts the Cards up to what we've deemed their magic number of 50 in this game. Anderson behind
Quick
the back.
answer.
Oh yeah, that was a great shot.
That was.
Puts her up to 5. All have
No.
come in the second half.
Cards once again are going to slow things down quite a bit here with a lot of intention.
And Coulter sinks that, and she goes down now. Looks like maybe bumped knees. See if she can go back to the line. She's become familiar there. 9 times she's gone, 7 she's made.
And she's been ginger on that left ankle that's already braced.
Yeah, she might have to be done for this game. If it's, well, she's going to try and take these free throws at the very least.
Definitely not feeling good. But you got to respect the toughness to go out there and want to make these free throws. She earned them. Take a hit for it. Certainly makes sense to want to try the shot.
Yeah, just an and one here as well. So just the one shot, and then they will presumably sub her. Brooks, though, actually will come in for Dye. And it looks like they have Owens likely waiting to grab Coulter, but she doesn't make that one, so play will continue. She'll have to stay out on the court. And just, is there a foul there? Not sure what the stoppage was, but anyway, Owens comes in for Coulter.
Yep. It will afford Coulter the opportunity to get out of the game.
I think, I'm no doctor at all, but I've watched a lot of sports. With those contact injuries tend to be better. It tends to just be a bruise, something that doesn't feel great for a few days. It's, it's whenever you go down without touching anything, it's like, okay, so you're not playing for the next 12 months.
Right.
But, that's going to hurt. It's probably going to bruise. But I think that Coulter should hopefully be fine for the rest of this season. But she will be sitting out for the rest of this game, which is only under a minute at this point.
I mean, if I recall correctly, last season, the back half of the year, Izzy Brunkow and Ava Dye both had tape and braces, and there's a big 3 for the Braves in the dying minute here.
That's a freshman, Hallie Groover, getting in on things.
Keeps cropping up with these Braves, doesn't it?
They're always in the groove. Lewis with the ball here. She has been probably the player of the game for the Cards today.
Yep, I'd agree.
Certainly offensively. I think you've got to give a huge shout out, though, to Dye and Coulter defensively. Lewis, though, tries to grab more points. That one will bounce no good for her. And now the shot clock is off for this game. We are in maybe the final possession here as the Braves have got some new faces in there. Sky Leslie, Elise Rowland among them. Sarber will come in for Eudora. At this point, it's just Lewis out there from the starting 5. 8 seconds to go. This one a little bit over the head of Leslie, and Lewis is going to swipe that one away, and she will just dribble out the rest of this game, content with the Cardinals' victory of 54-38. A very good game for the Cardinals. There was some oddness in the middle of it, but in the end, it was a dominant performance. The Cardinals played well, finished well, a very, very good and encouraging second half. But you got to say, a strong fourth quarter for the Braves as well. You can see both of those teams' strengths shine bright in that fourth quarter. We will analyze this Cardinals victory and then transition into pregame show for the same matchup between the boys. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganashi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, post-game show here brought to us by Eudora Animal Hospital, where for 40 years they've been caring for pets and livestock with fair pricing, trusted service, and compassionate care. Pet owners from across the region trust their four-legged friends to Eudora Animal Hospital. You can learn more at eudoravet.com. So we talked about it quite a bit throughout the game, offering our analysis. First quarter and first half was not great offensively for the Cards. It was unbelievable defensively, and that's the only reason why we end up holding their offense to the higher standard, is because of the plethora of opportunities being provided to them by their defense. But their offense did enough to have 26 by halftime, and they had 54 at the end of the game. And I think that second half, they feel like they probably played a lot better. And I think that the Braves really turned it on in that fourth quarter. They did win that fourth quarter 15-12. And I think that is something that they can take away, they can learn from. And I don't think that they even are necessarily going to be interested in learning that many lessons. They know how to win. They've won 7 games this year. They will continue to go on and win games. But, you know, iron sharpens iron. I'm sure they have taken some good things away from this game. But it is a successful victory for the Cards. They move to 8-1, and they just continue to roll this season. They have been absolutely dominant. They are undefeated within the Frontier League, and they are one of the best teams around. We saw the halftime adjustments really push them further in this game, and their players just, you talked about it, Hayden, they always push. I love the way you said they never let a win come to them. They're always going to have earned it if they're going to win a game, and that is that's the mindset they operate on, and you can see that out there. So I can read through the point tallies here, although I am coming up 4 points short here for the Cards. Not sure how that one happened. I've only got 50 here. They scored 54. But I have unofficially Warren with 1, Peyton Lewis with 14, Bryn Dieterding with 13, Izzy Brunkow with 3, Ava Dye with 5, Lori Brooks with 1, and Jayla Coulter with 13. I do have the Bonner Springs tallies at least adding up to the right number of 38. Morton with 1, Anderson with 5, Reese Gruber with 3, Hallie Gruber with 2, Amaya Burris with 14 leading the team, Addison Thompson with a couple, and Chastity Sample with 11. So those are the tallies from this game. We'll go ahead and go to another break. We can analyze this one further after everything is done here tonight when we look back on this doubleheader and on the whole. But that is it for this game for now. And then when we're back, it'll be pregame for the boys matchup.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you. At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, welcome in here, Fort Scott Community College pregame show. You belong at Fort Scott Community College. From nursing to farm and ranch management, John Deere Tech to theater and so much more, plus championship caliber athletic programs. You can learn more at fortscott.edu. So we've got about 5 minutes from our opening tip, which will be brought to us by Wolf Diagnostic and Automotive, where since 2005, they've been keeping Eudora moving. You can find them at 208 East Street. From tune-ups to major repairs, they service all makes and models with honesty and care. Call 785-542-5152 today, and Wolf Diagnostic will get you back on the road quickly. So it's a big matchup here, Hayden, between the Cards and the Braves. What do you got here for us in the pregame?
Yeah, I mean, coming into this matchup, looking at it, Cards are under 500 coming in. Their last game that we called was that game here against Paola. That was a game where they looked outmatched on paper. You looked at it and said the Panthers look to be the stronger team. Cards are going to need a pretty productive night in order to hang with them. And they did. And they got a really miraculous last-second buzzer-beater victory over the Panthers. Tonight's a lot of the same. If that was David versus Goliath, this is Mickey Mouse versus Goliath. This is an even scarier team than the Panthers. The Braves come into tonight 8-0. They've got all kinds of stars all the way across the roster. And these teams have some history. Braves look like the stronger team coming into tonight. Last year, they played early on in the season 3 different times. They played in Eudora first. The Braves won that matchup 61-55. Then they played in Bonner Springs. That game went the way of the Braves as well, 65-51. So they swept the Cards on the season. Then they met again in the Tonganoxie tournament where the Cards had that absolute lit on fire kind of weekend. They beat the Braves narrowly by just 2 points in the semifinal and then went on to beat Atchison handily to win that title and that tournament. So these teams are familiar with each other. They know each other well. The Cards are certainly looking like the outmatched team on paper here, but we know that doesn't always matter. They proved it wrong just last week. But coming into today, Braves look really, really strong. This is going to be a tall task for the Cards to hang with them. It's going to require a lot of scoring. You're going to have to minimize mistakes. They're not going to have the luxury in all likelihood of starting slow today. They're going to have to come out, score points early, and give these Braves all they can handle. If you don't punch this team in the mouth first, they may punch you back and not stop for 4 quarters.
Well, and they had a close game, our boys did, against Baldwin. Only a 3-point loss there. That's going to probably light a bit of a fire under their butts as well. They would have liked to have gotten the win there after getting a close victory here at home, and want to say thank you to the Baldwin crew for bringing that one to you guys here on the Varsity Sports Live Network. With about 2.5 to go to tip, we will take one last break, and when we're back, it is time for some boys basketball.
Baldwin is 8-2 as well. So this is 3 straight games the Cardinals.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here.
All right, let's listen into the starting lineups here. Prince Divine Donnell, the first starter for the visitors. right, so there are your starters for this game. You might have heard a pretty strong representation for Bonner Springs there booing during the starting 5 for the Cards, which, just in case you didn't hear it, is Cy, Thomas, Keelan, Duncan, Julian Otis, Cash, Schneider, Cage, Crable. On the other side, Prince Devine, Donnell, Jaden Jones, Nathaniel Farrell, Jason Jones II, and Dax Cruz. There is no Keelan Gruber in the starting, or there is actually. Gruber's out there on the floor.
Yep.
They didn't announce him, but Gruber's out there on the floor.
He is out there.
So I don't know who they misannounced maybe, but Gruber is in the starting 5. I was going to say he sure seemed healthy in the warm-ups. He is out there in the starting 5. He hit 1,000 points in his career in their first game of this season. So he has been adding on to that tally ever since. He is a great player for them, very well established. His dad is the coach, Drew Gruber. And they will start with the first possession here.
Also maybe telling, that tip went the way of the Cardinals. It was caught by a Braves player who broke through the wall, deflected back towards them to give them possession to start. So the explosiveness showing early on for the Braves here, and this almost sounds like a home game for them based on the intros.
This is easily the fullest that this place has been, and maybe that I can remember. We've got people sitting all right around our table here.
Yeah, we sit on the opposing side, if that's not. Yeah. That's the Cardinals crowd on the other side of us, and we are surrounded.
We have a student section for both sides here. The Cardinals one's on your screen here as this free throw is going to go, and there is a substantial representation as well.
It sounds like Ottawa.
Students, yeah.
Sounds like Ottawa up in here.
This is going to be an electric atmosphere, and I assume those Braves fans are all here expecting to see their team get a road win here.
You would have to think so. I mentioned it to you briefly. You mentioned that Baldwin close loss the Cards have. The Baldwin Bulldogs are 8-2 on the year, so the Cards have had 3 straight matchups. This is number 3 against a really tough team on paper, and they're 1-1, a close loss. And there the Braves go on the other side fighting through. That one's not going to go, and then the next shot put up does. That was Jaden Jones with the finish.
There is the Cardinals trying to get their first points. Duncan passes it off the shoulder of Gruber, and it stays in play. And now here is Gruber leading his team down court. A high pass brought down by Donnell. And now the 3 goes up and no good for Farrell. And it'll be a Cardinals basketball.
So down 4-0 here early. Getting points is going to be significant. This is the kind of team where you really can't afford to go into a deficit. I would have told you the same thing about Paola, but you don't want to make a habit of making those kind of comebacks.
Hey, it's working for the Bears.
This is true. This is very true.
But yeah, Thomas, quarterback, passes that one across looking for Schneider. It'll be a Cardinals inbound right in front of the traveling section for the Braves.
Yeah, I'm sure Cy Thomas picked up on it, but this is maybe not a team that I'd try cross-court shots on. They tend to be pretty good at grabbing those.
That away section has appropriately braved the weather. Got out here to support their undefeated basketball team. Schneider can't find a room to work against Gruber, who is hit with a foul, his first, team's first. And the inbound to Cage Crable. Thomas with the mid-range shot, no good. That was his first shot back at home since the winner against Paola.
Yep.
Jones with this one and basically drops that one in. He's got 4. They have scored the first 6 points here. Cards still without one. Here is Duncan, and he passes off the shoulder of his teammate. Miscommunication there. This is Donnell. He finds Gruber. He's dangerous from 3 and won't get it. Crable rebounds. That could have been an even worse start for the Cards. Right now, they are at least spared for the moment. Here's Thomas under some pressure from Donnell. Euro step shot, no good. Gruber now. This is Jason Jones. We've got Jaden Jones and Jason Jones who connect there. Gruber drives, passes to Jaden, and it's taken away from him by Julian Otis. Otis floats that one to Duncan, who tries to do his best with that one up in the air. Couldn't get it in off the glass.
Cards are on kind of an improbable run of no points here with some of the opportunities they've had.
And Jones is going to get up to 6, and that's going to be enough for Coach Cleveland to take a break with our score 8-0 here. Hayden, you want to try and analyze the way this one started so far here?
Yeah, Braves strike while the iron's hot, and the iron is hot early for them. I was just going to mention that, outside of that Turner tournament win where they went all the way through the rounds, ended up beating Turner themselves by 72-40, the final score. Since then, they've played all 3 Frontier League teams, the Lewisburg, Paola, and Spring Hill. They beat those teams 73-48, 64-49, and 62-45. They have not only beat some really good Frontier League teams, they've handled them. So this is not something that the Braves are new to at all. We've got to think that starting hot, jumping out to these early leads, and having this electricity is something they've been accustomed to this year. And it's something that the Cards are going to be handled the high task of stopping in its tracks, which you've got to think is not going to be an easy thing to do, but they don't really have a choice. You want to get back into this game. Stopping their run and starting one of your own is priority number 1.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if we ever get to a point where this student section here is silenced, that will be a sweet, sweet moment for this basketball team.
Doesn't look like it
but
yet.
But it is not going to get there right now, as it's going to be double digits for the Braves before the Cards have won.
And it seems like everything is risky right now. Otis going to try to change that fortune, will not be able to, and the Braves keep it in.
Tried to make it rain, but no good. Groover drives, and he's denied, but it's a shooting foul. So to the line goes Groover.
Gotta try to quell the student section, but even then, it just looks on the court right now like everything is dangerous for the Cardinals. Every little thing you could try to do, there's risk. Trying to dribble is risky. Trying to pass is risky. They're good at everything. First shot for Groover kind of uncharacteristically falls out, so the score will stay at 10.
Dunback will step in for Otis, try and provide some sort of solution here for the Cards. He's joined by Lincoln Votaw, the 6-foot senior.
Second one does go for Groover.
So there's his first point. And how is that for the Cards? They had let up 10 points and none of them were from Groover. Now it's 11 as he gets in on the fun. Still yet to get there first. Can Thomas maybe help, or Dunback? Dunback was a great catalyst in the game against Paola. He was providing the energy, providing the effort. He was really the one that believed when it seemed like no one else would or should, and he dragged them all back into that game, but he stepped out right there, so it's another turnover to the delight of that visiting student section. Groover, a pass along the baseline.
Wow.
Jones shoots it over the basket. It's a Cards ball.
Kind
You're
of
wondering,
fortunate.
Jaden Jones is 6'5", and he looks every inch of it, maybe more.
I'd say more.
Yeah, he's dropped one into the basket. He's got hops as well to go with the 6'5" frame, is what it is. Thomas puts on the brakes, finds Votaw, sets his feet, and then looking for Dunback. He believes it took a touch, and the referee at least will agree. Took a Bonner touch, so Dunback let it go out to create the inbound. Jaden Jones and Groover go out. Jason Jones and Jackson Nez come in, a couple seniors there.
Dunback, a nice move to shake the defense briefly, but it will be brief. He's swarmed right over again.
Dunback always good to provide that belief for the team. Can he maybe be the one to get the first points or create the first points?
Somebody's going to need to.
They need to get a shot off. It's going to have to be Hertig, and he won't get that one to go. The shot clock violation because it did not hit the rim. Means that's a Braves inbound, and they can add on to this 11-point run to start the game. Nez from way downtown, nearly, but it'll be a giveaway there for Cy Thomas. Can the Cardinals do something with it? Thomas, no, comes up short. Hertig fighting for that rebound, and he will not be able to hold on to possession.
And going out of bounds, losing possession right in front of the Braves student section. It's brutal.
This is we talked about recipe for success for the Lady Cards. This is a recipe for success. If you've got a good team plus a great student section that can just create the energy no matter where they are, and you've got a guy like Keelan Groover as well, I think that they might be making Coach Drew Groover's job pretty easy, not to take anything away from him, of course.
Yes, no, absolutely. And it's a recipe. It takes all three.
Thomas trying to get the first points for the Cards. Still no.
And you got to think it's kind of a trifecta, right? The great players, the great coaching, and the great student presence and crowd presence just makes life so easy. You think back to the Cyclones last year, but it's Groover again. They are on the verge of putting 20 points on the board before the Cards touch the netting here. Defense has been suffocating.
Schneider is given away. Thomas fighting to try and find anything, and it's just not materializing for him at all.
No,
Coach is going to take him out for Otis. I think that's a good idea. Just give Thomas a second. He's trying his best. I have nothing against him, but it just wasn't going for him.
So clear the mind a little bit.
Yeah, give him a second to watch it from the bench, maybe pick up on some tendencies.
For sure.
Here is Dunback.
Defense is just suffocating. It seems like every Braves player has about 10-foot-long arms.
And they're going to say that he stepped out. Or maybe slid out when he fell down there. Either way, Braves ball. We could maybe see, it could be on the verge here of a scoreless quarter for the Cards.
Yeah. When it feels like we're only a couple minutes in, I mean, they've never really been able to materialize anything, so it feels like they haven't really had a shot to get significant points yet.
Groover, oh my word.
Again.
Already up to 9.
So he didn't get any points of the first 10. They're up to 19 now, and he's got 9.
That's right.
So he's had every point for him since the initial 10-0 run.
Schneider will get a foul. It's a third-team foul. Rather, yeah, a third-team foul against Bonner.
And Reed, this is, at this point, almost reminiscent to the Cards playing the Cyclones last year. Except this feels more like being in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Even last year, the Cyclones did not travel to Eudora this well, and that team was undefeated all the way up to state.
Alex Gonzalez comes in for Dunback. The inbound is given away, and the dunk will go no good for Jason Jones II. Tried to slam that one home and missed it.
That's a little something.
That's an embarrassing moment there for him.
It is.
He could look up at the 19-0 score and feel all right about it, but he would have liked to have not wasted that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely not going to feel great when you go for all the acrobatics and kind of the performative shot and it doesn't go, but
that just
I think the team could care less.
That tells you the energy that's already here in the first quarter.
Yes.
For this Braves team. They are just here to have a party, it feels like. Hurtig can't get that one to go.
Still.
And now we are under a minute to go in this first quarter, still scoreless for the Cards. Farrell finds Jones, and he's going to get an and one. Gonzalez is hit with his first, and it sends Jaden Jones to the line. He's already got 8 points. Jones does miss that one, but they get the rebound.
Oh, my goodness.
They get another rebound, and it goes. 5'10" Prince Donnell was able to get up and get that one and put it back.
And Groover before him almost made the shot while falling backwards.
Can the Cards get anything before this quarter ends? At least not for now, as they lose possession and create a jump ball, which will be a Eudora basketball.
Oh, and this student section is relentless to the Cards right now. So Cy Thomas back in. It'll be his turn to start. He'll go to Otis.
30 seconds to go. Can they get anything? Here's Hurtig. Otis trying to give him something. And that one won't go, and it's brought down by Jaden Jones.
It almost seems like these three-point shots have gone farther and farther off for the Cards. You can tell the whole team disoriented, just no composure on their shots. Everything looks rushed, and the whole team looks rattled, as you can pretty easily tell by just the score alone here. Braves showed up to, as you said, have a party. They look like they have no tension on them at all.
And that one will come up short and end the quarter 23-0. The Cards do not put up anything. The Braves, with already a huge lead here, getting the first 23 points of the game.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
All right, back for the second quarter after a ridiculous first quarter there for the Cards. Could not have gone any worse for them as they trail by 23 and have not scored yet. And they haven't even really been close aside from a few Hail Mary threes.
No.
And Hayden, that's what you were saying. They were rushed. They're just trying to get something off against this tall team that is the Braves and the energy that they have. I respect the Cardinals student section after that air ball to end the quarter as Thomas will grab the first points for him. They needed that. They needed something.
Well, and I think a big part of that was as soon as Schneider got hands on the ball in the bottom of the paint, the student section lit on fire. They're treating this as if it's a 0-0 game, which is going to be instrumental for these Cards to get any momentum rolling.
That's what I was going to say. At the end of the quarter, there was an air ball to end it from the Braves, and the Cards mocked the air ball, and the Braves fans said, "Oh, really?" But you got to respect the Cards trying to support whatever they can here as trying to get behind their team. Still a lot of time left. Crable's going to take that one away, and there's going to send Schneider into space, and Schneider will put that one in.
There you
Cards
go.
have the first 4 points of this quarter.
4 unanswered now, nothing significant, but nothing huge, but it's certainly significant. And as you mentioned, student section being alive does play a pretty big role. Players on the ground as the Braves pull up for another 3. It doesn't go. Cards get a shot back here.
Hurtig, Schneider in the corner, and that one won't go, and rebounded by the Braves. No, you got to love that from the student section for the Cards. Because I said if they could silence the Braves, that would be huge. The Cards not letting themselves be silenced by that poor first quarter.
Big factor in that.
A lot of time left in this game, and they want to stick behind their players. The rebound will go for Cy Thomas, who again tries to send Schneider with the ball into space, but it's going to be a turnover there. I don't hate the idea, just like to be a little bit more accurate, but even still, the Braves got back so quickly defensively, it wasn't going to be easy for Schneider.
No, not at all. Don't let the run fool you. Braves defense is still all over the place. You mentioned just a tall team. So when you're forced to kind of play dirty down in the paint with them, it's so tough to do because they're bigger. They have such long reach. Feels like you're fighting through a web just to get anywhere close to scoring.
And what really is they seem to know how to use it, because we played against Paola, who had 2 6'8" guys, and until the fourth quarter you wouldn't have even known it.
Yeah.
But
true.
Even 6'5" Jaden Jones is really using his frame to his advantage.
He feels like he's about 8 foot tall right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Even the guys who are, as you mentioned, Donnell, 5'10" or 5'11", if I recall.
Yeah, 5'10".
Is playing and feeling like he's about 6'3".
Yep. And this there for Farrell.
They get as far as getting some momentum and some hope for the Cardinals, things like that. Go a farther way than just the scoreboard would imply.
Otis comes in for Votag. Gruber is also in. Farrell sinks that one. He's 3 for 4 at the line.
So Otis and Thomas will start the possession here.
Cards winning this quarter, whatever it's worth, 4-1. Which it is worth something with as much time left as we have. They need to just chip away. Here is Thomas out to Hurtig, who does a good job to keep that one in play for Otis. But then Otis, a bit of an errant pass. Schneider recovers it though, and he will drive and he will score. Very nice.
Nicely done. So some more fight from the Cards here. Of course, a long ways to go, but the signs of hope. You got to have signs of life before it turns into a close game, and the Cards are showing signs here. And Groover met with force down in the paint. And Schneider alone again.
And he's got 6 points. All of a sudden, it's something. There's something here for the Cards, back within 16.
And I love that the Cards mentality feels very, this feels very business-like for the Cards right now. They're not celebrating a whole lot. The emotion doesn't seem to be there. They're very much so showing up, getting their points, and going right back to playing defense, which is exactly the kind of mentality you need.
And Schneider again!
And that may induce a timeout from Groover on the Bonner side.
It is 10-1 here in this second quarter, and all of a sudden we've got a bit of a game here, Hayden, just a bit. We'll go ahead and throw you to a bit of a break here during this timeout from Bonner.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-11.
All right, back out of the Bonner timeout.
This is intriguing, Reed.
On a bit of a run here, 10-1 to start this second quarter. They got the first 4 points of the quarter, and now Duncan takes it away. He's on the break, and he will score. The run continues for the Cards. Could they actually bring this one back close?
I was about to mention the Cards came out of their timeout very, very strong. You wondered if the Braves would do the same thing right back. They still can, but the Cards look to be still full of energy here.
And now everyone in this gym is on their feet, and they are excited to watch this game continue to play out, as there's going to be a shooting foul as Donnell just barely missed the and one. So he will go to the line. But everybody's got something to cheer for with this game after it seemed like the Cards were going to maybe have this game be one where they end with their tail tucked very firmly between their legs, but this is it's a good second quarter for them, and it's going to continue at least for now. Jay Noble will grab Otis.
I don't have a lot of other words. Intriguing.
Yeah.
This is very, very intriguing.
I'm glad that we get to see more of this and see like what the conclusion is.
Right.
There's no cliffhanger here. We're going to see an ending.
Yeah.
Donnell gets one back for him, so that's 2 points in this quarter. Everything else has been Eudora because they started with 0, need I remind you.
Yeah, starting at 0 means even just seeing 12 on the board means a lot.
And Thomas couldn't make it more there. He's been trying his hardest. He got the Cards' first point.
Break.
They took it away. Duncan misses but rebounds and scores.
There it is. Wow. So one main trend I've noticed here, Reed, so far in the second quarter, Cards are taking care of the ball much better on their possessions, whether that's the Bonner defense being a little bit lighter or just the Cards doing a much better job of coordinating those passes. They haven't given free possessions, and Duncan another good job to prevent points, but the basket does go for the Braves.
Jones ends up getting the putback. I don't know if I've ever heard the Cardinals bench yell as much as they were cheering for their defense. They've been pulled into this game, into this atmosphere by the excitement of this Braves team and this Braves fan base. The three no good for Thomas. He's actually been a bit of a dim spot for the Cards, which is not normally how that goes for him.
Beautiful pass.
A great move there to create some space for Donnell, and he'll draw the foul there. That was an impressive move.
That was. And he did a good job kind of trapping Keelan Duncan, too. By the time he pulled the ball down, Keelan Duncan had already committed to jumping forward and leaning down. Nothing else Key could have done there.
So Donnell goes to the line where he's 1 of 2. It's a third team foul against Eudora. There's still none against the Braves in this quarter. Cage Crable comes in for Hertig. And he drains both of them. So So he doubles the point tally for his team in the quarter. And it's going to be a giveaway there for Crable. Jaden Jones maybe lost the handle himself, but it's going to, no, it won't work out for him, but they recover it for Farrell. And now they're going to take their time. Coach Drew Groover barking out instructions before his offense continues after a couple misfires.
You got to think a big part of it is, hey, we don't know if we don't fear them necessarily, but don't be reckless. Don't give them more opportunities than we need to let them back in.
What
Beautiful
a pass to find Donnell. And then there's going to be a shove from Noble as Donnell was going up. So right back to the free throw line he will go, and it's a 4th foul against the Cards. That's been the only way for the Braves to score in the second quarter after being so free scoring in the first.
Well, even then, putting them into the bonus is not something you want to do gleefully if you're the Cards, because they have, of course, been so good from the free throw line. But fouling them, sending them there more often than you need to is not going to be your highest percentage strategy. But as you said, it really has been the only way they've been able to consistently get points today. A little bit of a flurry here, though, puts them over 30, puts the gap back to 18 points.
Trying to get it to Schneider. It ends up finding Noble on the bounce. He can't score. Crable with the strong rebound. Out to Thomas, who passes on the 3 for Schneider. He can't get it, and it's brought down by Jones. Jason Jones has multiple college offers to play basketball. Prince Donnell here with it. Out to Jaden Jones. And in the corner. And that one will be brought down by Duncan. And then a foul that favors Eudora. First foul against the Braves this quarter.
Looks like Dunback and Otis both awaiting the tag in. Duncan will come out along with Jay Noble. So Thomas, Crable, and Schneider will remain on the floor.
I love getting Dunback in there.
Yep.
I'm excited to see how he fights for this last minute 30. He hasn't scored yet. I'd be surprised if that remains the case by halftime.
I agree.
Otis can't get that one.
Otis
Donnell
is sent
comes down
towards the
with
wall.
it. Groover wants another 3, and he won't get it. Loose ball will come back to him. Thought about just shooting right there again. Finds Jones, who tries to shoot it in the air, and a foul against the Braves. Keelan Groover hit with that one.
It feels like there are maybe, I don't want to say cracks in the armor, hairline splits in the armor of the Braves. The Cards really need to take better advantage of it, though. We know this is not an easy defense to score on, but you've really got to take advantage of every shot because you may only get a few of those opportunities.
Does that one go off the foot of Schneider? It does. That's a costly turnover, an unnecessary one.
It's a big miss. Right as we were talking about how important seizing opportunities is going to be as we wind down inside the final 60 to half here.
Cards winning this quarter 14-9. But they're not winning this game because of that 23.
When you start down 23.
First quarter, yeah.
A 5-point quarter win sounds really good.
Groover is going to drain that one. That's going to cut down on the progress that the Cardinals have made. Can Schneider restore some of that? He's been the main progress maker for them. No, it'll be taken away, and Nez comes down with it, and now Groover's down in a heap. And the student section is in agony as they see their star player also in agony. They all immediately fall to their seats. Groover looked like he was holding his ankle. He is holding that right ankle.
Going to try to move back to his feet. He will, gingerly, but he is back up to his feet.
He's just going to maybe take an early trip to the locker room. Well, maybe not. He puts on the brakes, and he will just sit down there on the sideline. Looks like maybe I don't know if we're having an officials timeout here.
So he's back down to a seat. He is off the court, but did get himself off of those feet.
It looks like play is about to go ahead and go on without him. He did come down a little awkwardly. That'll be a big piece of news that could maybe reverberate well beyond just this game.
Yes.
If Keelan Groover is not to continue for any length of time. 7 seconds left in this half. Jones can't get the first one nor the second, and the quarter will end 14-14. 35 is the score at halftime. The Cards putting up all 14 in that second quarter to the Braves 12. And some news, of course, with Keelan Groover injuring his ankle. We'll see if he can return for the second half. The Cards returned in the second quarter a little bit better, a lot better than they did in the first. We'll talk about that more on the halftime show after this break.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
One more time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother-baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for career.
All right, I don't know how we can film this for you, but we've got a halftime free throw competition here, and so we're going to try and bring it to you just for fun. We've got Brock here on the left and Hallie on the right. They are competing for their favorite teachers. Brock competing for Mr. Robinson, Hallie competing for Mrs. Young. The winner will get a $100 gift card for their teacher, and the second place still gets a $50 gift card for their teacher. Trying to film back and forth across here on our halftime show before we get into our analysis on the game here.
Hallie made one, then Brock made one. Shots of course, not basketball players, so they've been tough. So seeing two go in close succession.
Brock just got one. 15 seconds left on the clock. They were given a minute each.
Clock winding down under 5 now. Hallie gets one to go.
I don't know what the score is here at this point, but Hallie gets a couple right at the end.
Brock gets one right at the end as well.
We'll see if they count that one.
So it looks like Hallie wins with 6.
Yeah, so, yep, Hallie got the 6, Brock got the 3. They each win some great gift cards for their favorite teachers. Well, some fun halftime activities here. We'll go ahead and throw it into a break real quick till they clear the court.
Yep.
And then we can get back into our analysis. Just thought we would bring that to you. Seemed like a bit of fun to watch.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
One more time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Are you?
Okay, halftime show here brought to us by Attic Storage of Eudora, where they offer climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-and ready spaces. They're a veteran-owned, community-focused business. It features monitored 24/7 access with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. So, Hayden, a very interesting first half there. Two very different quarters. The second quarter really was just kind of normal, and maybe, it favored Eudora in the end, but it
ended up being
following
normal.
up the first quarter, it was anything but normal because the first quarter was one of the most one-sided quarters you could ever see, where the Braves just could not stop scoring, and then all of a sudden the Cardinals couldn't stop scoring, and then it kind of evened out to the end with, I'd say, at the end of the quarter, it was favoring the Braves, but the Cardinals had put up such a big number early that they were still in a good spot. Did end up winning that quarter 14-12. And it's a bit of a game now at this point, 35-14. But it's a weird one, Hayden. What do you think we're going to see? What do you think that we did see, and what do you think we're going to see?
I think we saw an 8-0 team come in and play like an 8-0 team. And then I think we saw the Cardinals, who we know have a lot of fight, who we know don't quit, just continue to put up fight. And they found a little bit of fire, and they caught that spark, and they kind of captured that lightning in a bottle briefly and did a good job with it. But I do want to make it clear that the Braves look the much stronger team still. They do still look like the superior team, and they have the deficit to match it.
And we should mention Groover has come back out of the locker room.
He is back on the court. Yep. He is back on the court. He was warming up. Looks like he'll be on the floor immediately. But Cardinals are not dead in the water. They do certainly still have some life. They are certainly still going to have some fight to take to the Braves, but tall order. Braves still look very much composed. They very quickly gathered themselves after that initial kind of crumble early in the second quarter, and now it looks somewhat even again, except still over a 20-point lead for the Braves.
Going to be a giveaway here. on the first possession for the Cards, and ends up with points for Farrell and the Braves. They get the first of Q3 after a mistake from the Cards. Duncan gets that one swiped, but only because of a foul, they say. Duncan in the starting 5 for this game and was a central character in that comeback, or the good run to start the second quarter for Eudora. Cy Thomas, only a couple points. They were the Cardinals' first points, but he has not scored again since, and has actually been a lot at this, mainly just because he's a centerpiece of the team, but has been a centerpiece of the Cards' struggles. And it's really been other players getting a lot of the points for them. Cash Schneider specifically was the one that made up the majority of the run back. He's got 8 points, but he steps on the line there. And you can see Keelan Gruber back out on the court. A little bit of a limp for him, but he's going to continue to play on. Floated pass there looking for Jones, and he keeps it in. Gruber able to grab the recovery ball. Here's Donnell. He was a thorn in the side of the Cards, constantly drawing fouls. Gruber wants another 3, and he will get another 3. He has 15 points.
Wow. So it is 14-40 now. Braves have walked up the score here early on in the second half. It's on the Cards to respond now, and the Braves defense likely should have gotten a quick turnover there, but both players actually had their backs turned. That was Donnell and Jones.
And that shot will go for Cy Thomas.
Breaks that hiatus and does pop up on the box score again with some points.
Up to 4 now. Duncan knows he can't let Gruber get free to try and get a 3-point ball. And then they'll end up fouling him. His second. The inbound for Jones, and he's going to draw an and one while touching the ball for about half a second. And then he was getting in the face of Crable, who was thinking maybe he could get a tech out of it, but it won't come, and he's not very happy with the call. Getting some explanation as a timeout will be taken here. Go ahead and keep you here. That was an impressive play there, Hayden. He only had the ball for half a second in the air, got the shot, got the foul and the bucket. Just crazy.
Well, and I want to say his feet were already off the ground when the ball got to him. He had jumped to catch it, turned around, contorted his body, and put the shot up while getting fouled.
And it was a bold move to even try the inbound like that. Something maybe you feel a little emboldened to do with such a large lead.
For sure.
But yeah, a crazy move, and it works to perfection.
Yeah, it's rare, but this Braves team has clearly been pulling off anomalies all season long. Like, you get the vibe that they are no stranger to doing kind of unforeseen things or uncommon things, because when you have such a lead, you can try things like that. You have a bit more freedom.
So it will be a free throw to Jones. He's 0 for 1 at the line, missed earlier on an and one opportunity, but he will get that one. And so again, the Braves are just pulling away from the Cards, and it's going to continue as it slips out of the hands of Cy Thomas. Jones breaks away, and this time he does slam that one home.
And the Braves student section jumping, truly jumping. Otis looking for the quick answer.
And now into space is Donnell, and he goes as high as he can and lays that one in.
And there the timeout induced. Looks like it was Coach Cleveland on the Eudora side.
Another quick timeout. And we'll go ahead and send you to a quick break as well. Have you back in 30 seconds.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Eudora Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. Kansas Insurance believes in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Proudly bringing Eudora Sports Live to Cardinals fans everywhere. So out of another timeout for Eudora. They've already used a couple here in the third quarter because things are not going as well as they did in the second. The Braves have gotten back to a scoring streak. They've already matched their tally from the second quarter, having put up 12 here, and the Cards have only answered with one basket of their own, 2 points. Schneider may be trying to add to that, and he will. He was a great part of the run that they had in the second quarter. He's already up to 10.
Yeah, he was instrumental, without a doubt.
I say already up to 10. He's up to 10 here in the third quarter.
It feels like already. Feels like the Cards have really only played about a half of basketball at this point.
Clock has been moving a lot. Groover couldn't get that one. Crable came down with it. Votov finds Otis. Floats to Schneider, and he just couldn't lay it in.
Nearly beautiful.
Only barely off there. Would have been a great play. Still was a good play design there. Some good connection and chemistry for the Cards, but it comes up empty-handed. Hertig will come in for Crable. It's an interesting atmosphere when you're in a game like this. I love the fight back in the second quarter, but it's going to be something for the Cards to make sure they don't get too upset, frustrated in this game, get too chippy. And that's going to be something of keeping their nose to the grindstone, continuing to work. But this Braves team is just going to continue to fight hard and draw fouls and score points. And so it's going to be the atmosphere is conducive to maybe something boiling over. So you hope that that does not end up playing out here in this game, and that the Cardinals can continue to fight back and put up some points and let their basketball do the talking.
Yeah, it's a good point to bring up. I mean, you always hope that the environment doesn't lead to that happening, but at the end of the day, games like this, you're always going to have a little bit of potential for guys to get kind of scrappy. The frustration is boiling over, but nonetheless, Cards doing a really good job so far of just putting their heads down, playing basketball, and composing themselves. But as competitors, as fierce as a lot of the guys on this team and the coaching staff is, these kind of nights aren't fun.
Jason Jones hit with the foul, his third. Team's third as well. Here's Votov. Votav's going to drive, shoot off the back of the rim and out, and that's going to be last out off a Cardinals player, they say.
They went off the hands.
Did it?
It was caught by Donnell, I believe, and then promptly popped right out of his hands in the middle.
By Votov. Donnell has been a great player for them, but he's going to find Cruz, who drains that one. 6'2" senior Dion Cruz from the corner. Schneider will not get his own three in response. 50 points for the Braves, maybe more from Donnell. No miscommunication there between him and Nez. My prediction that Dunback would have points before the half was not true, did not come true.
Still hope he gets some throughout the day, though, for sure.
Here he is
You're
in
right.
the corner.
Catalyst he's been in so many comebacks and so many big performances for the Cards.
Schneider under the basket, gets that to go. He has been steady for the Cards. But a crazy score to look up at, 20-50. Just not where you want to be ever in a game, let alone at this point. And a great basket there for Farrell.
Here's one into the hands of Dunback.
Otis drives, floats that one across. Schneider. Out back to Votov. Cards a little unsure how to progress things here. Votaw keeps it in for Hurtig, who makes a great play, and in some space says why not, and drains it. His first points.
Really just incredible that Votaw kept that one in to begin with.
And the Hurtig was able to snag that one down.
Yes, yeah. Unlikely sequence goes pretty much perfectly there.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of improv going on, but it did work out. This one out for Nez. No good.
Duncan, a great jump back. Great job to hold on to that one. Keep it in bounds with the toes.
Hurtig wants more points. He'll get them.
Gets them.
Bit of a run for the Cards. They've got 11 points in this third quarter. This is Farrell in to Cruz. He scores.
Beautifully done.
5 points off the bench here in this third quarter. Schneider into the paint, finds Otis in some space. He scores. I think something the Cards could take away is they are capable of moving the ball well on offense. I'm sure
Absolutely.
The Braves are sort of at this point going through the motions a little bit.
Sure.
But the Cards are doing some good things on offense,
They're
moving
capable.
the ball well.
For sure.
Groover, wow, what a finish.
It's the touch with Groover for me more than anything. Just so precise, and it looks so effortless for him. Every shot looks like it was launched off a cloud.
Otis can't get the three to go. There is Groover with a minute to go before our fourth quarter, with the Cards being more than doubled up. Nez puts Dunn back in the spinner but can't finish. Donnell rebounds, no good. Still bouncing around. Hurtig finds Schneider. Schneider and Groover. And he tries to get around him, and it's a foul on Big Groover. I think that's his fourth. It's his third or fourth. And it's the team's fourth as well. It's Groover's third, team's fourth. And it looks like he's asking to be subbed out, so Groover will catch a breather. Cy Thomas will come back in with Alex Gonzalez for Eudora. Schneider off the glass, no good. Back to him in the paint this time, out for Thomas in the corner. Drives and draws a foul. That's going to put the Cards into the bonus.
Second personal.
Maybe not a ton of time to do a whole lot with it, but
it'll send
Cy always take
to the
advantage
line.
of it. Cy a little bit of a get-back opportunity here on a night that he may not be happiest with.
If my
Gives himself an opportunity to get some points run up here.
If my sheet's correct, which it isn't always, the Cards are to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Thomas drains them both.
That could absolutely be accurate the way the night's transpired.
Yeah, this is the first time they're into the bonus for sure. And I think there just haven't been any shooting fouls or really many fouls at all. We played a very fast first half with very few fouls. Here's Nez into the paint, finds Donnell, who hesitates and gets it to go. Can the Cards get anything with the remaining seconds? They will try. Thomas, not the worst effort, but it won't go. 58-29 is the score as we head into our fourth quarter.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
All right, back for the fourth quarter here. 58-29 is the score. Cards have been trying to work back from allowing the first 23 points to be scored by the Braves. That was always going to be nigh impossible to overcome.
Yeah.
They've put up a valiant effort, but it does look like the Braves, as expected, both on the records coming in, but especially after that first quarter, will likely pull out this win. We'll see, though, how this fourth quarter goes. If it's like the second quarter, maybe there is something in it for the Cards. Nez moves it around, finds Jones. This is Farrell, drives to the paint, into Gonzalez, who's hit with a foul. It's his second, team's first.
And I'm just thinking about it, Reed. I know you can't really play the what-if game. It's a dangerous game to play, but if you were to take off those 23 points, that puts the Braves at 35 right now to the 29 the Cards have. So
if this game started in the second quarter?
Correct. Yeah, if this game started in the second quarter, it'd be close. No, it shows how devastating that is, because truly it hasn't been a very one-sided game through the last 2.5 quarters.
Right.
It's just been that near insurmountable start. You just can't push back from that most often.
That'll be a jump ball, which favors Eudora. It is crazy to think that even after that, they're still winning, taking away a 23-point quarter.
Right. They're still up by a bit.
Yeah, they are the better team here tonight,
For sure.
For sure. And they've got a great student section traveling to support them. It's always going to help. But yeah, it is. That was the Cardinals tied their hands behind their back to start this
Here's
game.
Schneider.
But Schneider, he has really been on fire tonight. He's got 15 points.
And I want to drive home a bit when we talk about great traveling crowds. We say they had a great presence tonight, great traveling crowd, anything like that. There's good traveling crowds, and then there's traveling better than the Ottawa Cyclones. Like, that's our bar. That's been our standard for a little while.
Yeah.
And they've outdone that, I think, tonight here in the Cardinals' nest. So very, very significant and worth noting to me.
I think they actually got tired of hearing their own voices. They're all just standing around appreciating this now.
Yep.
That's taken away by Farrell.
Yeah, I just wanted to draw some more attention to that, because it's not been just a great traveling crowd. It's been one of the best ones we've seen.
Nez gets his first points. Just a minute ago, he overcooked the three. Don't give him a second try. He drains it from the corner. Thomas is fouled.
Another good news, Cardinals have no longer been doubled up.
Yeah. It was there at the start of the third.
Yep. It's close to it right now, but they've gotten back on the plus side of that.
Thomas finds Schneider, who backs out to the three-point line now at the free throw line. In for Duncan, who scores.
Nice pass.
Duncan and Schneider connect. They really were a part of that hot streak for the Cards, or the main characters of it.
Absolutely.
Which is a credit to their effort, their drive, and their ability as players. Floated pass in for Jaden Jones.
Wow.
Drops it in. 15 for him tonight. He's only a sophomore, by the way. That 6'5" frame could grow even bigger. Oh, Schneider puts the brakes on there, leaving Farrell behind. Can Gonzalez do something with it? And off the back of the rim, no good. That'll be a foul against Keelan Duncan.
I believe that's his second or third on the night.
Team's third, his third, team second. Cards will send out Braxton Meckel and Lincoln Votaw. Meckel, a 6'3" senior. Prince Divine Donnell has been great tonight for his team, has 11 points.
He has.
One of the shorter guys on his team, but really put up a big impact. There's going to be an and one for Dion Cruz.
Very nicely done.
The 6'2 senior has only scored his points in the second half off the bench. He's up to 7, and it could be more. And he does drain the and one, put him up to 8.
Man, the way this arena feels right now, you'd think we're in the dying minute or two. Thomas thought about a long 3.
And it'll end up being a foul on Donnell. Or rather, Ezekiel Gray. Cardinals send out Jay Noble. There's some fans encouraging themselves to get more excited. That's what all the cheering is for from the visiting Braves fans.
I almost started looking around. I'm like, did I miss something?
We've got Brett Pickett out there for the Cards along with Votaw. And Votaw will draw a shooting foul to the line. He will go. The 6-foot-tall senior. Jaron Payne commits the foul. Votaw playing a decent role tonight. A chance to get his first points. He'll at least grab one. Corey Jordan Williams, a 6'2 junior, will step onto the court for the first time for Bonner Springs. And Votaw sinks them both. Under 3:30 to go in this game, a 30-point lead for the Braves. And Noble gets a hand in on that one. Hazel Lanier Collier, 6'2 junior, will get some minutes now. And this is Dax Cruz. He was errantly announced in the starting 5, number 30 for the Braves, now getting some minutes.
Now under 2:30 to go.
Noble will take that one, finds Gonzalez, who's under some pressure. The press still on here from Lanier Collier.
Braves
Noble with some long steps towards the basket, thinks he's fouled. Gonzalez wants a 3, no good. Nearly rebounded by Pickett, got his arms to it, but couldn't bring it in.
Ball almost surprised him, I think, got to him really quick. Still all kinds of press pressure here from the Braves.
Oh, and in the corner, no good for Dax Cruz. I can only presume his brother, Dion Cruz, maybe cousin, has drained a couple. And Braxton Meckel, the senior, will get a couple for the Cards here. Much to the delight of the student section seeing the senior score. And, oh, Pickett nearly took that one away, but it's back to the corner. And the 3 no good. Noble with a good rebound. 1:30 to go into space for Votaw. Catches up to it. Finds Meckel out for Pickett. Pickett scores.
Nicely done here.
And there's going to be a foul against Meckel that will send Lanier Collier to the line. And also put the opponents into the bonus. And it looks like we do have the running clock going as well. Collier puts it in off the glass.
It's been on for a couple of minutes.
That one no good, but rebounded by Jordan Williams. And he's going to get an and one.
Wow. And
that
the
was
Braves,
some serious contact he got through.
And the Braves bench is still cheering on all of these players as if it is midway through in a close game right now. You gotta love the energy from the student section and the players.
It does
Starters.
not turn it into the and one that it could have been. And the game might run out here before this inbound's even taken.
Cards may just opt for it that way, as will the Braves.
And there is game over. 69-40 is the final score here. The Cards get beat pretty comfortably. That first quarter was really something they could never recover from, and ends up being a very large loss for them here at home. But it was to a great team. The Cards put up a solid fight. We will analyze it a little more and talk about this doubleheader on the whole as well when we're back after the break.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
All right, post-game show here, brought to us, of course, by Eudora Animal Hospital. For 40 years, they have been caring for pets and livestock with fair pricing, trusted service, and compassionate care. Pet owners from across the region trust their four-legged friends to Eudora Animal Hospital. To learn more, visit eudoravet.com. So a pretty handy defeat here for the Cards in the end. They gave up 23 unanswered points in the first quarter. They did then go on a 10-1 run and make it interesting with a decent second quarter that they did win by a couple points, but they were still trailing very large, and that only continued to grow. An 8-point win for the third quarter for the Braves, and then actually the fourth quarter ended tied 11-11, but it just the lead stayed very, very large for the Braves, and it was really all built on the back of that first quarter. I don't know what went wrong specifically in that first quarter. I'd be interested if you think there was something specific there. But other than that, I think it was a decent game for them, or they just played a better team. But what are your thoughts on the way this all went?
Yeah, I mean, I can't specify a whole lot of it as if it's shocking. The overall outcome is, something that if you told us pregame that it would be a pretty comfortable win for the Braves, you likely wouldn't have said it'd be impossible. But I'm trying to figure out, if you're right, what that first quarter cause was. It almost just seems like an anomaly. It could be so many different things with how strong this Braves team is. Cards team could have had a little bit of rust. It could be something related to Braves coming out in a different style or a different aggressiveness than they game planned for. you never know, but it is undeniable that that start gave the Braves, truly kind of gave them a cruise control button that they could push for the rest of the day. I mean, it got, even when the Cards started to rattle off a little bit of a run, you could tell the Braves weren't really rattled by it just because they had such a large advantage built. They were never really uncomfortable for the rest of the day, and that's what these great teams do. We watch it with the Lady Cardinals every single week, where you see them jump out to these big leads, whether immediately or a little bit later on, and they never really get uncomfortable. They never really get pushed into that realm of needing to do the difficult things consistently in order to grind out tough wins, because they just don't find themselves in that spot very often. I think this is one of those games that's going to build a lot of character for the Cardinals. It's one of those games that is really going to help reveal to you where you're the weakest and where you need to improve the most.
Yeah.
And there will be plenty of that this weekend. There will be plenty of, hey, we need to start faster. Hey, we need to make less mistakes. Hey, we need to pass better. And if you fix those things to the standard of this Braves team, you're going to be in a really good spot. If you're able to get to the point where you could put up a fight against a now 9-0 Bonner Springs Braves squad, if you're able to give them a fight, you'd be a very formidable team within the Frontier League and beyond that. So it's a tough night for the Cards for sure, but this Braves team is just one of those teams that is going to be really hard to deny from walking into your house and taking a win this year, no matter who you are.
I did really appreciate the Cards' fight back in the second quarter. It did dissipate as the game went on, but I think that's going to be a somewhat of a factor of putting in all this work, going on a run, and still looking at the scoreboard and trailing by 15 or something like that at the time. And the Braves were just able to go on a run again in the third quarter. They even actually went on a run at the end of the second quarter to negate a lot of the progress that the Cards had made. And so it really felt like they never had a chance from tip-off. It was all Braves.
Yep.
And their fans created an atmosphere that was always going to benefit them, and they're just going to continue winning games, it feels like, especially if they can continue to make that atmosphere. It's going to be really, really tough to deal with them. And so, yeah, I mean, the only thing that was surprising was how that first quarter went. I think that everything else made a lot of sense. The Cardinals played a team that's better than them. With excluding that first quarter, they did hold them close, but you can't exclude that first quarter. It was part of the game.
You can't look away from
and it changed everything, and it's definitely a concerning thing to be able to play out, that the Cards could go blank for that long. They had some close opportunities, but really they just couldn't even make many shots, and the Braves just kept piling it on. They were draining threes. They were moving the ball around. They were drawing fouls. They were getting under the Cardinals' nerves.
It truly did seem like the Cards were caught off guard. I mean, it seems strange to say that given this team's going to come out and be strong, but it really did look like the Cardinals were kind of confused initially and flat-footed, which either says something about the Braves maybe using some trickery or confusion in how they came out early on, or just how phenomenal they are that the Cards thought they were prepared, and then the Braves still came out that much more electric than the Cardinals even expected them to.
And after dropping a game by 3, after getting a buzzer beater the game before, they would have hoped to have a close one here, but not the case. And they've dropped a couple straight. They'll fall to 3-6 on the year. I can give you some point tallies here. They do all add up to the right numbers, still unofficial tallies. I'm not the actual scorekeeper, but they add up to the right final score of 69-40. For the Cards, Cy Thomas with 6, Hunter Hertig with 5, Duncan with 6, Brett Pickett with a couple, Lincoln Vota with 2, Julian Otis with 2, Cash Schneider with 15, and Braxton Meckel with 2. On the visiting side, Jackson Nez with 3, Prince Divine Donnell with 11, Dion Cruz with 8, Jaden Jones with 15, Nathaniel Farrell with 7, Azel Lanier Collier with 1, Jason Jones II with 4, and Keelan Groover with 17, Corey Jordan Williams with 2. So a well-rounded performance there, a lot of scorers. Keelan Groover, of course, being the foremost amongst them. We'll go ahead and send you to one last break here on this postgame show. When we bring you back, we will tell you what is next and then sign off here from Eudora.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, back in one final time here on our Eudora Animal Hospital post-game show. What is next here is the Tonganoxie Invitational, with our boys team being the reigning champions of it. And they will go into it with a 3-6 record, but guess what? Last year they went in with a 2-4 record and came out victorious, beating teams that they never should have beaten, teams they were completely overmatched by, teams they had already lost to, and they were able to come away with some hardware last year. Maybe there could be something similar here for the Cardinals this time next week, and we will be there for it, or at least I will be there for it with you. It will be a good time, and we will be in Tonganoxie for that one.
It's always a good time.
That'll be right here on Eudora Sports Live and also the various Varsity Sports Live networks for Tonganoxie and all the teams that we cover that are going to be participating.
Sure.
So that is going to be pretty much it here. I said we'd maybe talk a little bit more about the girls' game. I mean, it was just a really solid performance for them in the end. They move up to 8-1, and I don't know.
Did what they always do, really. I mean, had a strong hold on the game through the first 2 quarters, and then, as we mentioned, and then it ended up coming to fruition. Third quarter hits, they take off, they win the quarter big, and all of a sudden you look up and you go, oh, they were up by 4, and now they're up by 16, and the game's over.
It feels like, yeah, it's really their common formula. I seem to recall a lot of times last year, this year, where we start the game sort of talking down a little bit on the girls just because of the high standard that they set. And then at the end, you're like, oh, they won again, and they won pretty comfortably. And that's exactly how this one went. So, yeah, nothing really too out of the ordinary for them.
And I mentioned it to you in the break. I think it might be worth mentioning on here. That is significant to me, the ability to go into the locker room and consistently, like week after week, game after game, come out and put up your best performance, your best quarter of the day out of the break. That's significant to me because these Lady Cardinals tend to run into their toughest opponents each year when they play those private schools. Last year it was St. James Academy and Topeka Hayden, and then at the end of the year, Bishop Miege. Those matchups will inevitably come for a team of this caliber later in the year once you hit sub-state and state. And if they play one of those teams where you go into the locker room down a couple of points or even down 6, 8, 10 points, that's a big chip on the shoulder and a big confidence boost to know, hey, we can come out of the locker room and immediately go on a run and put up a lot of points. We've done it all year long. Like, it won't feel rushed or high pressure to us because we're good at it. I think that matters, and you may not see how big of a deal that could be until much later in the season.
Yeah. On the Braves side for the girls, they really put up a strong fight in the fourth quarter. I think a lot to build on there. And they're rolling this year. They're a great team, so I'm sure they will bounce right back. Hopefully Amaya Burris and also Keelan Groover can bounce right back. They seem to. Both returned into the game and finished as their team's top scorers despite spending some time out from each game. So I think that they will be just fine, but hopefully that is the case. And whether they have to play through something or whatever that looks like, that they continue to have a strong season. But with that, I think we will go ahead and sign off. I will see you on the 22nd in Tonganoxie.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're anywhere that's not home, hopefully you get home safe. It's they were announcing that the roads are a little bit slick and dangerous out there. But yeah,
drive slow, take it easy.
Yep.
We'll hear from you guys next Thursday.
Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. Go Cardinals, and good night.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.